What is that, a bird? Is it a plane? Oh wait, it's just the 365 vlog. Let's go. Hello people, today is June 16th, 2016, day 168 of the 365 vlog, and we're going to talk about aliens. We all kind of understand what an alien is. Maybe you think it's the people who live on the other side of the borders. Maybe you think it's someone who lives in space, and maybe somewhere in between the heaven and the earth. Whatever it is, we're going to talk about aliens in the conventional sense, about like the gray aliens. My start to this whole alien story is back like maybe 2-3 years ago. Like when I finally got to see the show Ancient Aliens. You've all seen it, and it's a bunch of white dudes who sit on the TV screen and just talk about how everything is related to aliens. You see this lock? This is related to some piece of alien technology that some ancient civilization confused for like aliens making it. Yes, a lock. Nonetheless, I get intrigued by this and other conspiracy theories that are things that you can't exactly prove, but there's a lot of evidence that it could actually exist. So anyways, back to the alien thing. So I got really into it. I started reading books, I started looking at documentaries, I started looking at accounts, and it became like this whole big thing that just became a little bit too big for me. It got to the point where I couldn't actually sleep in my bed properly at night because I was like, holy fuck, they're just gonna come in my room, there isn't shit I could do. So for that good amount of time, I slept with the TV on because I couldn't deal with the fact that they was just gonna come in and snatch me up without me seeing the motherfucker's face. Eventually my hype around it died down, but one of the things it did teach me to do is look up at the sky more. You should all do it. Everyone's looking down at their phones or just looking down at the floor because they don't want to look at someone's face, because they don't want that awkward interaction. Look up, don't look down, you might see something. Nonetheless, I find it very interesting that aliens do exist, at least they exist to me, and I'm talking about aliens in the sky. Aliens exist in that sense, and I would like to see them, but at the same time, I don't think I'm ready to see them because I don't know how to process that. And I think even the people who do see them, and maybe nothing bad happened to them, they don't have the processes or the understanding of something other than humans or maybe like animals in the conventional sense of thought. It's very abstract in that sense. I think a lot of people are not necessarily ready to see them, but I think at some point we do need to see them if they do exist, because it would be nice to think that we are not all alone in this big ass universe. Because I think to myself every day, I'm a little dot in the blip of the universe that spins round and round every 365 days as we've counted it. Maybe it's different in space-time, but everything goes on, but I've never actually seen the world beyond of maybe just New York or just America or just Japan. I've only seen certain places, but that will go into another vlog that I will talk about that gets a little more philosophical and very stupid when you think about it. But nonetheless, I'm going to talk about that one day. Now, it's very interesting the choices that maybe the government makes or whoever knows that aliens exist, that they do exist, and then it gets even more interesting the accounts of people have that sound so realistic and so believable, and that they believe it themselves, that it's like you gotta believe it from them, but there's no actual proof to actually support their claims, so they could just be saying whatever they want and really be crazy in the head, but they could just, I don't know. That's where it gets really hard to believe someone who is definitely believing what they're saying, but you can't tell whether it's true or not. Why it's also interesting when you break down the different type of aliens that everyone sees and how aliens work and how there's this one streamlined narrative. Now, I don't know if the people who know about aliens or control that knowledge let it out so they can control the narrative of how aliens are perceived, how they see them in movies, how people have accounts of them, and just make this one overarching narrative that changes them. But then it just goes into other weird stuff like reptilian people and some other shit that like other conspiracists think about, and I'm just like, some of that shit's crazy, but maybe it's true. If there's anything I have learned about watching alien stuff or hearing about accounts or movies, is I'm not living in a suburb and I'm not living in the middle of nowhere, and you ain't gonna definitely see me in no goddamn woods alone, because that's stupid. Anyways guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my little rant on aliens. I'll talk more about them later and some other theories that I have because they've just like started popping up in my head. But if you made it to the end of this video, don't hesitate to hit the like button. And also if it's your first time seeing my face, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. So question guys, if you have had an experience with an alien or missing time or any type of experience like that, put it in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But yeah guys, I'm Vandal. Don't forget to keep it 365 and I'll talk to you tomorrow with another video. Peace. Bye. It gets really meta at this point because what? You're waiting on the line, right? Because you want to be the first person in line in the world to get this product. But then you want to be the first person in the line because sometimes people who are first in the line get special privileges like special things and perks, maybe